Hi there, my name is Aaron, and welcome to the Call to Cinema. And tonight we are going to be talking about the big Seven announcement. I was going to be doing it yesterday when the bundle was still available, but I was out of the country. Actually, I was in Spain, so I'll be putting a little video up on the Patreon a bit that later on. Hey there, newest welcome, man. What did you think of the announcement? Because we're about to get into it. We're about to dive into this set, which is massive, and I had planned to make a video about all the other announcements here as well that have happened, like the Arrow video stuff and all that. But I think this one kind of needs its own video. It's a massive, massive announcement. And it didn't take me off guard. I knew that it was going to be a big set. I knew that it was going to be a good set. I didn't know it was going to be that big of a set. And I didn't know it was going to sell out that quickly, actually, especially for the Gabriel says, well, you and your spouse actually sent me to Kino of the original manual, the Silver Crystal ones, which I was very excited about. So I'm extremely excited about this set right here. I was not able to pre-order the uh, the other set, so I thought the best we can do right now was kind of look into it, see exactly what's there, and yeah, let's do that. So we're going to dive in this as best as we can. The bundle has already sold out. The bundle had a board game, and I kid you not, and it also had a whole bunch of other stuff. So what we're going to do, we're going to look at the stuff that we can look at. If there's anything else that I can't look at, I'll have to do that through the Crimson Cult. But I'm going to bring up your guys' messages here so I can actually see what's being said as we look through this set. And there we go. If you are there, please like, share, and subscribe. All that goodness. We're going to go straight into the box itself. There is a other box right there, and I think there is a some kind of artwork as well, which we'll check down the road. So there was a bundle initially. The bundle included a board game. It included an airline bag, kind of a tote bag type of thing, and a bunch of other things along with this. So this is a really neat set. There's a lot of stuff to look at here, and I'm very excited to see to dive into this a little bit better. Obviously, I was not in the country last night, so we drove up to Spain for the evening, spent the night there, came back today. Literally got home about like an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. But for those that don't know, Laura Gemser is probably the second most famous Emmanuelle, right next to Sylvia Crystal, though she made a lot more movies as Emmanuelle than Sylvia Crystal actually did. Laura Gemser, she's an Indonesian actress, and she got her start in Emmanuelle 2, where she was one of the masseuses that Emmanuelle goes to with her. Hey there, Eddie. Welcome, man. With her boyfriend or husband, and they get like nude massages. And one of the girls doing that massage, if you go back and watch Emmanuelle 2, you're going to see that it is Laura Gemser. This is before she went on to do her own Emmanuelle series titled Black Emmanuelle. So what we're looking at here is we have 21 Black Emmanuelle films. That's all of them, guys. 2 adjacent titles with Euro cult heroine Ajita Wilson. We'll get into that as well. D'Amato documentary, 2 soundtrack CDs, a 356-page book that's pretty amazing, and over 40 hours of special features. So we're going to, including something I did not know existed, the Laura Gemser workout video looking good. Hey, Richard, pretty good. I just got back from Spain, and it was a beautiful night. So let's start with the first disc here. And on this one here, we have the first 2 films. We got Black Emmanuelle done in 1975 and Black Emmanuelle 2 done in 1976. For the first film, we have the Triple X inserts because, yes, a lot of these Black Emmanuelle films, especially the ones done by Joe D'Amato, would tend to have inserts that were put in afterwards that had like adult actors in there. And they would, so a lot of the times when you thought it was Laura Gemser for like those scenes, like it wasn't. There's now a commentary with film programmer Jasmine Marino. We have exoticizing blackness and and Erotic Sovereignty in Black Emmanuelle, interview with adult film historian Mirelle Miller Young. We have I Am Your Black Queen, audio interview with actress Laura Gemser. The Reluctant Icon, a tribute to Laura Gemser. And she is actually, if you ever heard her in any interview, she pretty much takes this whole like being Emmanuelle thing with a grain of salt. She was not exactly always into doing this type role. She's very much not the character. By film historian Kayla Janice, Stephen Brumer, Manlio Gamaraska, with animation by Leslie Supnet and Ashley Thorpe. Black Emmanuelle's Groove, interview with composer Nico Ferenco. That's who we're going to get the CDs of music from. The trailer, and that's just the first film. There's another film on here as well, Black Emmanuelle 2, which has XXX inserts. Adalberto, a.k.a. Bito, interview with film historian David Palucci. Diva 70, interview with Dagmar Lassander. Yes, Dagmar Sandler's in one of these. For those that don't know, she was a big star, especially when it came to the Jallos and stuff like that. On the second disc, we get two more Emmanuelle films. We get Emmanuelle in Bangkok, which was done in 76, and Emmanuelle in America, which was also done in 1976. I do own a version of Emmanuelle in America here from Mondo Macabro, which I will actually get down and show you guys in a second. But it starts off in that commentary with Professor of Film Aaron Obashan, a reflection of the times, interview with actress Deborah Berger, Ivan the Terrible, with interview with actor Ivan Razumov, discusses Emmanuelle in Bangkok and Emmanuelle around the world. And before we get to the Emmanuelle in America features, I want to see if my Emmanuelle film is down here so I can actually get at it. Sort of. Wish me luck. Give me 1 second. I'll try and get it. All right. Still alive, sort of. So let's see how the features on here are like the features. Thanks, Will, on this one here. So first, I'll read the features on the Severin version, and then I'll show you the Mondo Macabro version. So we got the audio commentary with film historian Kat Ellinger, which I'm going to guess is a brand new commentary. We have the archival audio commentary with film historians Bruce Holochuk and Nathaniel Thompson. The Danish Man, interview with actor Lars Bloch. The Confessions of Diana Smith, interview with actress Maria Pera Rogoli. The Art of Sexy and Gore, interview with art director Marco Dentesi. The Art of the Flesh, The Cutting of the Flesh, interview with FX artist Giannetti Dorassi. The Devil's Trick, interview with makeup artist Maurizio Trani. The journalists Maria Pia Fusco and Piero Vivarelli on the origins of D'Amato's Emmanuelle. The Naked City, Emmanuelle, New York, a location tour with journalist Michael Gingold, and a trailer. That is Emmanuelle in America. I actually got to finish the video because I haven't got all through because I got to watch the end of it. So this is the Emmanuelle in America that came from Mondo Macabro. This was one of the this is the first and probably I think one of the only Laura Gemser Emmanuelles I got. I think I got Emmanuelle Last Cannibal as well. But it has a 4K transfer from Film Negative, English, Italian audio choices, newly created English subtitles, interview with writer David Flint. There is a full-length documentary by Joe D'Amato on Joe D'Amato on here, which I'm going to assume is the one that's mentioned that's on one of the other discs, and the audio commentary from Bruce Holochuk and Nathaniel Thompson, as well as some Mondo Macabro features. It is one of the red case ones, so yes, this does have alternate artwork on the inside. I can show you that later if you want me to check it out. In disc 3, we have Emmanuelle Around the World and Emmanuelle the Last Cannibals, probably the easiest to find one in the whole set because 88 Films put it out, as did Severin. I think a few years back. Severin got one of its big starts with two Emmanuel Black Emmanuel box sets back in the day, by the way. Uh, so we start off with Around the World with Emmanuelle, interview with film historian Stephen Thrower. So that's going to be good. I'm Not a Guru, interview with Luigi Monteforio. Fori, The Beautiful One, interview with actor Gianni Macci. A tribute to Karen Schubert, the Nakedi actress. Video essay by Kayla Janice. Stephen Brummer, written by Jean-Luc Maret, author of Pornification. V. de Karen Schubert. We have the trailer there as well. For Emmanuelle and the Last Cannibal, which I also do have, and I don't think I have to climb for this one. Let's see if the feature that site. Or see if they've added anything on there. So I do have the Severin edition of Emmanuelle and the Last Cannibal. Hey there, Rafe. Welcome, man. So we have Out of Commentary by film historian Stephen Thrower, The World of Nico Fedenko, an interview with composer Nico Fedenko, A Nun Among Cannibals, interview with actress Anna Marie Clementi, Dr. O'Brien, MD, interview with actor Donald O'Brien, From Switzerland to Mato Grasso, interview with actress Monica Sanchi, Dress to Eat, interview with costume designer Silvani Scanretto. So what we have on this one right here, the one that I have, and I make sure I can show you. Yes, I can show this one. It's the slipcover that I can't show you. So it's The World of Nico Fedenko, an interview with composer Nico Fedenko. Among my cannibals on here, Dr. O'Brien, MD, From Switzerland to Mato Grosso, and I Am Your Black Queen audio interview with actress Lord Gemser, which I think is on one of the earlier discs. So there is a few things that are on here, but as always, there is some new stuff here as well. I don't think there is the audio commentary looks to be new to this here disc. I got to try and say this. The P.O. Knights of the World, Porno Knights of the World, and Emmanuelle and the Porno Knights of the World. So the first one we have interview with co-director Bruno Mattei. At the dining table, interview with producer Franco Garenzi. I think I hurt my foot a little bit, actually. The Naked Eye, Sex and the Mono Film, documentary with film historians Elizabeth Purcell, Mark Goodall, and Joe Rubin. That sounds really good. And English opening credit sequence as well as trailer. For the second one, we get interview with makeup artist Pedro Tenoglio, and After Hours with Joe D'Amato, interview with director Joe D'Amato. And we hit disc 5, and from here on out, I don't think I have any of these to compare it to. So we got Sister Emmanuelle from 1977, and Sister and Emmanuelle and the White Slave Trade from 1978. Pretty slim pickings, but we still get some nice for Sister Emmanuelle. That is an audio commentary with film scholar Lindsay Hallam and a trailer. With Emmanuelle and the White Slave Trade, we get a little bit more, though. We get audio commentary with film programmer Lars Nilsson, the Bohemian interview with actor Valentini, coming on film La Vera Storia de, oh my God, in the 2016 documentary by Riccardo Marchini. Excellent. We got for disc 6, we got Volunteer Women's Prison done in 1982, and Emmanuelle in Prison. Hey, there's Katie. Welcome, man. This is an amazing set. Done in 1985. We started with an archival interview with director Bruno Mattei. Go to Brawl and Women's Block, interview with writers Claudio Fragasso and Rosella Drudy. Yes, those are the people that did Troll 2. 2 for 1 interview with producer Roberto Di Girolamo. I'm butchering so many names here, guys. A radio spot and a trailer. For Emmanuelle in Prison, we get a few more special features, including an audio commentary with author and critic Annie Cho and film editor Perry Pevavor. It is insane. Yeah, it is insanely good. A Jealous Rock interview with composer Luigi Cesarelli. Razorblade Smile interview with actor Pietro Angelo Pozzato. Franco Stoppi, Matron of Hell, video essay written and directed by film critic Rachel Nesbitt. Again, names like Rachel Nesbitt, Kat Ellinger, Stephen Thor, those are names are giving quality stuff. Sam Deegan as well, who's we're going to come across in a second, actually. Next up is Black Cobra from 1976 and Black Velvet, also from 1976. We started with an audio commentary from film critic uh, Sam Deegan, from Prague, Hong Kong, interview with actress Michelle Stark, and Joe D'Amato at Eurofest. I've not heard anything. I just got back from Spain, but it'll be interesting if it is coming out. I can't see it not. Like, they put the first one out. For Black Velvet, we have interviews with stars Annie Bell and Elle Cliver, who did a lot of like Jess Franco films. We got The Roots of Evil, uh, biographer Alberto Pizzata on director Brunello Rondi, A Relationship of Confusion, film critic Joseph Fahim on Veludo Nero. Excellent. We get to disc 8, and which is one's from 1983 and then 1980. So we get Emmanuelle's Perverse Outburst from 1983 and Porno Erotic Love from 1980. We get a Soul thing, which is a commentary with author Brian Connolly and film programmer Amber Adams. Then we get an interview with actor Mark Shannon and a trailer for the other one. We dive from that into disc 9, which is one film all on its own, and that is Divine Emmanuelle from 1981. But don't worry, because it includes a second cut of the film on there as well. We get Fanatico, When the Goddess Calls, work print of Christian Anders' director's cut of the film, deleted scenes, and a trailer. We also follow that up, by the way, with disc 10, which is Emmanuelle Queen of the Desert from 1982, also getting its own special disc, including the Dirty Seven, a longer alternate cut of the film under its original title, Violent Cypress interview with actor Giovanni Bossatori, Sunlight and Violence interview with cinematographer Nino Celeste, trailer looking good, workout video hosted by Laurie Gemser that runs 58 minutes long. I'm actually very, very stoked that's there. Auto commentary with film and television historian Amanda Reyes and podcaster Eric Treffel. Man, this is a loaded set. Disc 11 is Amore Libero, Free Love from 1974, and Emmanuelle, A Woman from a Hot Country. There is actually no features on either of those, but considering the amount of features that we got already, I think that's okay. Disc 12 is Black Deep Throat from 1977 and Porno Nights of the World #2 from 1978. Feature on the first one is Ajita Wilson, an elusive icon, video essay by film and gender studies scholar Matt Richardson. And with nothing so much on the second one, but we go to the 13th one here. Severin Films, a similar friend movie distributor. They work together a lot. There's actually Sinful Wharf. If you ever had Sinful Wharf from Severin, there's a film on it called The Blue Balloon that actually was done by Vinegar Syndrome. And they worked together to do the Blood of Dracula, Flesh for Frankenstein releases. Next up, we have Inferno Rosso, Joe D'Amato on the World of Excess, and Scandalous Emmanuelle. Inferno Rosso, we get the documentary on Joe D'Amato on the Road of Excess, special features, introduction by Nicholas Wenden Refn from the Venice Film Festival premiere, two of a kind, talking about Joe, director Manlio Gomascara and Joni, I'm going to butcher these names, a conversation, outtakes, and a trailer. Scandalous Emmanuelle, special features, has interview with actress Jenny Tamburi, and Peeping Lily has an interview with Lily Carati. And Scandalous Emmanuelle is from 1986, which has me curious because I don't know if I know Scandalous Emmanuelle. So yeah, it is. Yeah, it's Laura Gemser. Though she does not look to be the lead in this one. I think it looks like the other actress, Jenny Temperi, is the lead. We followed up with the 14th disc is Nico Fendico's Groove CD, and disc 15 is Black Emmanuelle's Rarities and B-Sides CD. It also comes with Black Emmanuelle Bible designed by Luke Insect with a cover illustration by Kim Thompson. a fully illustrated 356-page book that is the most substantial collection of writings ever devoted to the series, with writings by Kevin, John Bozelka, Costas Constantinos, Rachel Harrison, Alexandra Heller Nicholas, Kayla Janice, Jennifer Mormon, Xavier Aldana Reyes, Jorge Rivera Gutierrez, Aaron Wingard. Additional capsule reviews by Brian Conley and Greg Ledbetter. Archival interviews with actress Laura Gemser and screenwriter Maria Pia Fusco. So it is a ton of things right here alone. You can buy the documentary. I have to here on its own. Now the documentary does come with Scandalous Emmanuelle because it was put together as a set. And there was, I'm not sure if it's still here. No, it looks like it's not here. There was initially some merch for down here as well. Let's see if I'm going to see if I can go to merch and see if I can actually find out if there's any Emmanuelle merch that is still left. I don't think there is though. Oh, we do. Okay, so we got stuff I can't show. So we got a Love Camp sell sheet, which is sold out, and Black Man #2, Emmanuelle in Bangkok, which is sold out as well. And with that being said, that's pretty much all that I can show from the from the Emmanuelle set. And one thing I will say right now, before I go any further, are so the only Black Emmanuelle films that I have in my collection right now are I have two versions of Emmanuelle and the Last Cannibal, but I have Emmanuelle in America by Mondo Macabro. It does have the alternate artwork, which I'll show you right now, actually. I promised you guys earlier I would. And there is also, very careful showing this stuff because it's Emmanuelle after all, guys. Emmanuelle and the Last Cannibal. What you need to know before you go into the Emmanuelle set, the Black Emmanuelle set by Laura Gemser, with Laura Gemser, is that the Emmanuelle character is different from the Emmanuelle character. Say if you follow the Sylvia Crystal series, or maybe even the Kirsta Allen Emmanuelle in Space series that came out as well, or the straight to Showtime Emmanuelle series that barely had any Emmanuelle really in it. Now, one of the neat things about this is she is a very beautiful Indonesian actress, and there are some amazing stuff in her films. Gabriel Tinti, who was her husband, acts in a lot of the films with her, so you're going to see him pop up in a lot of different films as different characters. You'll find out more about him with the set. The kind of the crux and the idea behind the Emmanuelle series with Laura Gemser is that as a character, she's not like the original Emmanuelle, where Sylvia Crystal is somebody that is kind of discovering her sexual identity. As she is, there's more of a sort of an action adventure aspect to certain globetrottingness, to a certain part of it, because she is a photojournalist. So basically, a lot of the things that happen to her character happens because she is working on a case, or like looking for a story. No, definitely not not at all a French version of David Azalis. Very different things. See, when it comes to the original Emmanuelle, just so you know, the original Emmanuelle series, they were they were a bit of ahead of their time. They came at a time when I guess we're starting with the whole like free love generation and like different there and it changing in the norms and thoughts on sexuality, especially female sexuality, as opposed to what you would get in like in the 50s and 60s. So the Emmanuelle series was pretty much was a phenomenon, an awakening for a lot of people and a lot of females too. And when it comes to the Black Emmanuelle series, it is It's not a I'm not saying that like a knockout series, but it's a series that does a different Emmanuelle. So we're not looking at the same character that we would have seen in the French Emmanuelle series. We're looking at a different character completely. And this one, in a weird way, is more in charge of her narrative than we see in like the original Silver Crystal Emmanuelle's. She is pretty much, she's a journalist. She's going when it comes time to go out and see what's in the jungle. She goes out with a bunch of people to see cannibals. When it comes to Emmanuel America, which has some unique scenes in it, um, so like just to give you an idea here, Emmanuel is a fashion photographer and fearless photojournalist who travels the world in search of the exotic, the erotic, and the downright deadly. Never averse to shedding her clothes in pursuit of a good story, Emmanuel sets her sights on America with a mission to expose the sleazy inner secrets of the jet set at play. Armed with her striking features, unique sensual talents, and a hidden camera, she's off examining life as a love slave at a ranch ran by a sadistic brothel master. Hey there, Kubrick. Welcome, man. Um, Investigating a bizarre spa for super rich, frustrated women, exploring the kinky side of a straight-laced Republican politician, and finally uncovering shocking evidence of an international snuff film conspiracy that puts her very life in danger. There is an action um, aspect to this here specific series. It's it's a pretty cool series, and 21 Black Emmanuelle films are nothing to be um, sneezed at. It is comprehensive. The lists of audio commentaries, features, documentaries, all that stuff is amazing. I actually want to go back and rewatch these and probably review them sometime before the set comes out. The set is coming out in June. Do be a little bit more precise. Let's see if they are a little bit more precise. I'll try and find out exactly when the set is going to be released. So it's because it is, after all, 15 to set, and it looks like it is. They're looking for a wide release date of 7/25/23, but the website orders of the title should be shipping around the beginning of June. If you look at the case right here, you can see the beautiful Laura Gemser, and in her lens, you can see another picture, of Laura Gemser. There are 6 pictures in total that are there, so it's got a neat little kind of spinning wheel, so you can spin the wheel and choose one of the different 6 pictures about in her basically in the lens of her camera. It's a little kind of silly little extra feature, but it's those little extra features that kind of make you happy with what Severin has been doing with a lot of their releases. That's it. Emmanuel was insane. I can't find Severin's YouTube channel. Oh my god! I hope I don't get censored. By the way, guys, feel free to donate or super chat because this video apparently getting Eddie might get censored. There you go. It'll help with the channel. By the way, next week on our Patreon channel, we are starting out my life in horror movies, and it is another 6-part series. So we'll be going by decade, and I'm very excited to do that. And there's going to be some extra things along the way, some extra bonuses that weren't included with the other My Life in Cinema or My Life in Comics ones. Because as I grow these features, I actually add new things onto it. It's amazing, Mike, to think that there's actually 21. But it's not surprising, but it's amazing to see how many there are out there. But as a complete series DVDs coming in May, that is pretty cool. But I guess with all of that being said, I want to take it to you guys. What do you think of the set? Have any of you guys pre-ordered the set? Was anybody here lucky enough to go out and grab the bundle that came out yesterday? I saw it came, it was like 295, 250. So anyway, it was, for what it had in it, it still wasn't expensive. I didn't think it was expensive for what was in it. Uh, and as a board game collector, I do collect board games. I kicked myself for not being having I didn't have cash at the time to get the set, but still, because it's region locked. Was unaware that it was region locked, but I can check. It probably is actually. Be right down at the bottom. Or it's probably up here somewhere. Oh, yeah, Region A, you're right. S- Thank you so much, by the way. Um, we're going into the horror one. That's the one that won the contest, and after that, I think we are going to do the runner up as well. So that one will get there too. George, does this not make you want to get like a region free set player though? Too many records. Or archived film Blu-ray titles are mostly region free. They are actually, but because they can do it. But this, I can understand that. But this does mean that some of these here are probably going to be showing up in other things. I would not be at all surprised to see some of these Emmanuelle films to come on to 88 films. Because after all, we do know that Emmanuelle and the Last Cannibals did get a release from 88 films. And I'm pretty sure, I think it's in the Italian collection. Let me just check here. I'll find out for you. 88 films Italian collection. Okay. Had to be very careful. But here's Emmanuelle and the Last Cannibals. Although it's not in here right now, there was a collectible postcard kind of art card that came with it. And feature-wise on here, though, was just English language or Italian language, the original Italian opening, and a reversible sleeve with the alternate artwork, which is pretty much pretty similar to. No, actually, it's not similar at all, actually. But I gotta see if I can show you guys. I guess clothed artwork is what you want to say. But as you can tell, due to the fact that I actually had two versions of this same film, I'm a massive fan of Black Emmanuelle series, and I have to be because I hate cannibal films. But I don't mind that one. I think that's actually one of the better ones that are out there when it comes to into that type of film. This is going to be a hard set to beat. Their Arrow has come out with, and I will talk about it tomorrow, the Bruce Lee set, and along with another spaghetti western set, which we're going to talk about tomorrow in a video, which is focused on the Arrow announcements. But due to this set being such a big, massive set, I do think that it's something that deserved its own discussion. It's running at $195 US, I think, um, which would be $289.95 when it comes out. So that's around almost $100 savings. So it's a pretty good price right now. So what I need to do is run a charity on my try on my channel and see what happens. See if that works out. We'll see. Because right now this channel is my only source of revenue. I know that sounds sad, and it is, but hey, it is what it is, and I enjoy the hell out of it. It's so much fun. And again, a huge shout out to my patron because this is the reason the channel is still going right now. Such amazing stuff. Our new patron role coming out, like credit roll, and I'm working on that, and it's a little bit harder than I initially intended to be, but so cool. I don't know. I mean, Seven Kids, I think really started as a joke, and they did a couple other releases with this under the Seven Kids label because Seven Kids really aren't like overall like kids films. Peanut Butter Solution is probably the closest, and that was for warped kids like me. I grew up Canadian, right? But we'll see. It depends on what releases you get in the future. Severin is focusing at this point on becoming the box set distributor for North America, the go-to. And I can tell you right now that there's no other company that comes close. in North America on when it comes to box sets. There's not that there's not other companies that do good box sets. We have Criterion, we have Vinegar Syndrome, particularly Scream Factory do some amazing box sets, incredible stuff. The fact that Scream Factory put out the Friday 13th and the Halloween set are things that we never thought could happen, especially the Halloween set. That was like an impossible dream, and it happened. Um, but as far as doing an all encompassing box sets and really focusing on the whole minutia and the minute details of everything, Severin kind of has everyone beat when it comes to that. In the UK, there's a company called Indicator. If George is still here, I'm pretty sure he's very familiar with. He has almost all their stuff. Um, they do a Severin level of work with their box sets, and Arrow is right next to them when it comes to the stuff that they do. But in North America, I don't think there's anyone close to Severin when it comes to the box sets that they put out. And just to give an example for those that uh, may not be in North America or may not see the Severin stuff as much, I will grab 2 Severin boxes right now because they're right there, and I'll give you an example of exactly what I mean. I'm going to show you 2 of the greatest boxes in my collection. One of these I was lucky enough to get through viewers like you, and I still need to finish reviewing, but it became so overwhelming that I'm rewatching, and I plan to review it, but I want to review it when I start my review on my series on my channel, and we still have to do the set for that. That's what we're working on. So quickly, I'm going to show you 2 Severin box sets that I think everybody should have in their collection. If you can afford to get them, they should be in your collection, along with this Emmanuelle box set. Now, the Central World of Black Emmanuelle is definitely not going to be something that is for everybody. So Criterion and Vinegar Syndrome on eBay. Which ones, if you don't mind me asking? Here are the two of the definitive sets put out from any company that I think should be in your collection. One of them for sure, one of them depending on the type of films that you like. They're both put up by Severin. First off is this beast right here. I did get the bundle when this one came out. I'm a big fan. Al Adamson was Champagne and Bullets and La Dolce Vita. Okay. Good films. Al Adamson had a wonderfully unique, unusual, unfortunately, tragic ending to his life. Because of that, there was a great documentary called Blood and Flesh: The Real Life and Ghastly Death of Al Adamson. It is fantastic, and it is in here along with most of, if not all, his work. I have those in the Essential Fellini, of course. Included on this Al Adamson set is The Female Bunch, Psycho a Go-Go, The Female with the Electronic Brain, Blood of Ghastly Horror, 5 Bloody Graves, Halfway to Hell, Horde the Blood Monster, Blood of Dracula's Castle, and Dracula's Castle, The Fakers, Hell's Bloody Devils, Dracula versus Frankenstein, particularly I found with that one, Brain of Blood, Satan's Sadist, Angels Wild Women, Naughty Stewardess, Blazing Stewardesses, Girls for Rent, Nurses for Sale, Jesse's Girls, Black Heat, Death Dimension, Mean Mother, Uncle Tom's Cabin, The Dynamite Brothers, Black Samurai, School's Out at Sunset Cove, Cinderella 2000, Nurse Sherry, Carnival Magic, which was lost for a long time, and Lost. Just recently picked up the Emmanuelle and American Last Cannibals and enjoyed them, so excellent. Perfect timing, right? Give an idea of what this set looks like on the inside, which I don't mind doing. Satan's Assassin, Wild Angels of Woman are 2 of your favorite Adamsons. There is a huge book in here on Al Adamson. And aside from that, there is this set right here. And I love the way this is done. Some people didn't like it, sleeve portion of it, but I do. I love the fact we get the poster right here. We get them right here. These are Blu-ray. So, when it comes to like pretty much like not scratching that much, I find that these are pretty good when it comes to that. Look at the features right here. Like even on a documentary, we got a whole bunch of features. Loaded with stuff. Loaded with it. Well, that's not the biggest one I need to show you from here. there's one other one. And this one came from you. I would not have it if it wasn't for you. There was a Severin sale on. And during the Severin sale, I ran a donation thing and I said, you help me buy something that you want me to review. And because I held off a bit because of the review series, but I have not forgotten and I'm very excited. And that is this here, All the Hauntsby Hours. It started out as a documentary by Kayla Janice. In fact, it didn't start even as a documentary. It started out as a short featurette on Blood and Satan's Claw. When it kind of snowballed into its own thing, David Gregory told her to roll with it, and he put out Blood and Satan's Claw without that featurette. It turned into the Hall of the Hauntsby Hours folk horror documentary, which won a ton of awards at film festivals, and that turned into the All the Hauntsby Hours folk horror box set, a box set that encompasses horror from across the world and gives you a good view and snippet of what scares everybody everywhere. The documentary is massively long. It has 12 Blu-rays, 3 CDs, 20 feature films, 15 hours of special features, and more, with 19 some good, well-known, some not so well-known features. It starts off with this amazing book by Michaela Janice. And just to give you like this book here, this one here, which is pretty thick, this is 156 pages. The book coming with the Black Emmanuelle set is 356 pages. So kind of like put that Vi and Celia. So those ones I have seen. So those ones I'm kind of excited to rewatch again. So Hall of the Hauntsby Hours, which we watched twice actually, the documentary, which I will watch again before I actually do the review. It starts here, and the thing that almost stopped me in tracks for a while with this here, Eyes of Fires here, with reviewing this, is just how massive this set is, and the features, and the mini films, and the just the short films and other features on here. It is mind-blowing. Projection booth podcast episodes, even a Canadian one here. As you can see, when we were moving, I snuck some of my stickers. These are stickers that came specifically for the set, by the way. What region is this All the Hauntsby Hours set? I think, let me find out for you, Kubrick. I would assume it's probably your region, which is region A. But some of these here, but it's probably going to depend on the disc itself. I'll check on the website for you. I do have somewhere here. I do have the formula for Murder Raincoat. For those that know, what Alan's talking about is when Shameless put out Formula for Murder, which is a Giallo. I don't mind Googling, man. They actually put out a. Looks like we were region free. Let's dive down through to make sure. So far, we're all region free. Region free, region free. We're doing good, man. Like in all honesty, Kubrick Lover, if there's ever anything from Severin that I would recommend you getting that I think you would like, this would be it. When we get to a region A, when it comes to A Field in England by Ben Wheatley, which is the newest film in the set in 2012. And Anchorus from Chris Newby, another UK release, as well as Penda's Fen is region A, and Robin Redbreast. So it looks like the UK releases on here are the only ones that are region locked. Everything else here is region free, including the documentary itself. If you weren't sure if you wanted to pick it up and you wanted to check out maybe the documentary first, they do, I think, or they did have the documentary on its own, but I can't find that here now. But I think it is on its own somewhere here. Severin has a bit of a hard site to navigate sometimes. I get it's a fantastic set. Like I can't, like, in all honesty, I can't heap enough praise on these sets. Whether it be, hey there, Chris, welcome, man. Whether it be Al Adamson, did you pick up the set, or are you going to be getting it afterwards? And I did like and we both, me and my better half, like the Eurocrypt Christopher Lee Volume 1. We don't have Volume 2 yet, but we really enjoyed Volume 1. So we went against the tide on that one and actually had a lot of fun with that stuff. Severin has always been a company that marched to the beat of its own drummer. And I think more than any North American company that's going right now, maybe Mondo, but it's not. This is Mondo, but Mondo's brand has always been bringing international films to to the market. But Severance, and I praise Mondo for that, and we're going to be talking about Mondo when we talk about the Arrow video releases, because there's a brand new like Mondo stuff coming out there as well. But I don't think there's any company out there right now like Severin that doing this type of work. There's companies that are putting out stuff. There's the stuff we're getting from Vinegar Syndrome. There's stuff that we're getting from Criterion. But in North America, there's Screen Factory, but there's no company that's going into this type of cinema and these different types of cinema. It's Severin's a company that can put out Overboard 1 month and put out Al Adamson the next. There truly is no other company like that on the market right now. And give the same reverence, even more so, to an Al Adamson or a Black Emmanuelle set or a Holiday on Spy Hours that they would give to one of their more mainstream releases, maybe like a Mike Lee film, because they did that as well as diving into the world of Alejandro Jodorowsky. So there's been a ton of stuff that they've done. I can honestly say they truly are one of my favorite companies that are out there. And the fact that they are releasing this, it's massive. The set is massive. The idea and the concept behind it is massive. Hey there, Ken. I didn't see a message there. Sorry, man. But with that being said, I want to thank you so much for joining me tonight. Let me know in the comment section down below, if you're not here right now and you're coming in later, did you buy this set? Did you pre-order the set? Did you get the bundle? Are you getting the bundle? Are you getting the set? Are you waiting on it? And do you have any questions that you want to ask about the set? If I can answer them, I will. Thank you so much for joining me tonight. I am Aaron. Watch out for, if you're a patron, then know that next week the new series, My Life in Horror, starts, and I made it a big deal about saying, okay, I'm going to be doing horror films, but I can't say anything that's been on my Life in Cinema list when I choose the films for the years. So it's going to be more stuff to the concept. It's going to be opened up a bit more, and we're going to have some fun with it. But until then, thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow for a video on the Arrow releases as well as the Mondo Macabro stuff. Have a great night and enjoy the rest of your weekend.